So we're back. Here's a new video. We are talking about criminology. We are talking about more specifically the profiles of sociopath, ASPD, antisocial personality disorder, and psychopathy. We've been seeing two parts already. This is a long series because there is a lot to say and a lot is being said as well in the articles. A lot is covered. I have been talking quite a bit as well, which is good, which is nice, which is what we want. Talking, delivering information because this is as well a support for me to be able to understand better what's going on with the Illuminati and to understand better who behind the curtain has been inflicting me so much pain and torture and why they have been doing this because I have been really a stranger to such a way of seeing the world. It's really like we are oil and water to some extent. So modus operandi versus signature. This would be the 3-3 that we're going to see now, and then we're going to see the 3.4 case focus on John Wayne Gacy. It seems to be short. I don't know if I'm going to develop a lot on that part. I just know that whatever happens at the end of 3.4, I'm just going to cut the video to then move to the part 4 and go about that one. It might be in several parts as well because there are 5 points. So here we go. Perhaps this one is going to be shorter, which is going to be perhaps as well again another perhaps good for you. It's gonna feel like it's light, it goes faster, and like poof, oh wow. But every time I'm asserting something, they have been hellbent on proving me the contrary and going about the contrary, opposing my will, opposing my needs, opposing my wants, and just disrupting anything that's going well for me. So because they don't want me to get to they want to prove me wrong. Yeah, it's just okay. Perhaps at the beginning it was so that I imagined that it was so that I would not be manifesting whatever I want. But then it's perhaps also because of the pain, like perceived that they've done that, like betraying expectations, for instance, overstepping boundaries and limits. This is one thing that prove them that they have power, that show them, that is seen as being a proof of power, of control, because control for them is equal to power. And so if you can control something, it means that you're powerful. I can control this pen, so it means that I am powerful. This is basically the mindset. Yeah. So 3.3, modus operandi versus signature. A further refinement in behavioral analysis is the distinction between an offender's modus operandi and their signature. I have been touching a hot point with this last comment because I feel that the pressure has been a bit more right now. So modus operandi, MO, refers to the learned behaviors and choices an offender makes to successfully commit a crime. This includes, I'm sorry, methods of approach. So approach is a hidden word to talk about Satanist uh, plans. So rituals, for instance, is a modus operandi. This includes methods of approach, tools used, and steps taken to avoid detection. The MO is dynamic, modus operandi is dynamic, and can change over time as the killer gains experience, becomes more confident, or adapts to police pressure. Lol. The police is handling human trafficking networks and are leaded by secret services, for instance, or by cartels from Illuminati, led by Illuminati, and cartels are themselves, uh, I guess, sometimes not every time, but can as well be put in place by the secret services. So it's like, sure. So yeah, rituals. Signature refers to the ritualistic or symbolic behaviors that are necessary for the commission of the crime but serve to fulfill the killer's psychological needs and fantasies. These can include specific forms of torture, mutilating, posing the body, or taking personal items as trophies. Unlike the MO, the signature is static and reveals the core motivation and fantasy driving the killer. This is what I was doing at some point for my crimes. It's like, because this is as well a war practice to take personal items as trophies. So what I was doing at some point is that because I fucked up some stuff from pedophiles shops, what I did is that I took part of them and I put it in my backpack, so that when I was moving in the streets, it's like everyone could see that I was transgressing the rules myself, and so that I was gaining power, therefore. So, as a trophy, as a symbol of power, because I was supposed to be there and to be the victim, to be the person who was about to be sacrificed. So then, when I was doing this, I was only showcasing that I had as well victims, and so that I was not the victim, that I was only in a war, which is a different mindset than me being the target of sacrificial rituals. There it was like, it just said, I'm fighting you back and I'm getting away with it. I'm being official about it and I'm getting away with it. Like you do. And so from there on, it has a psychological impact as well on your offenders. And this is why, as well, things have been escalating. Because they've seen that it was getting out of their control. And so they panicked, because the plan was for me to get to die there. But I was not dying. I was showing that they were my victims. And I kept taking papers. All that I didn't publish online. Those are all like numbers and like pictures of some of them on it, as well, like pedophile networks and all that, with dated, almost all dated with notes that I've been taking on the way. Every day, this, like in a backpack that was rolling, and so in a luggage that was rolling. So every day they saw me like with my wallet, my luggage, and they saw me like knowing that I had information on them there, and that I was all the time collecting evidence of their human trafficking, of their pedophile networks, of everything, all the shit that they've been doing that was um fucking me up too. So I was like basically reminding them all the time that I was walking. Like it was like I was attacked, okay, but I was dragging with me their ending, basically, because they were just wanting me, and so like I was not the victim anymore, and that fucked them up. It fucked them up, and I got absolutely nobody, no one coming to me except the clear space, except the intelligence world. I got absolutely no one coming to me to fuck me over. For real. No one. Just in the end. This is why it tricked me. Because after 7 months, only one person just fucked me over here. One. And he let me food. This should tell you something. This should tell you something. It's full. I didn't put anything of it online yet. Nothing. Nothing. And they're struggling like fuckers. So this is why they've gone like totally off board and all that. They became disorganized. And now that I have seen so much, that I have seen like so much data, that I experienced so much what's going on, now like I'm restructuring everything with like the theory, you know? And I'm getting better at what has been going on. It makes sense, layer by layer. I'm getting there. This proves that I'm just not wired like them at all. And perhaps this is why they are so fascinated by me, because it's like we come from the same background, basically. It's been violent, as I have been showcasing to you my upbringing. It's not been um, like I've got my share of satanism, you know. Obviously, um, I'm still there standing and be like, "Fuck you! I'm not like you." So, yet we come from the same background. So the thing can change over time. the learned behavior and choices an offender makes successfully, well, its signature. I'm trying to see the difference between modus operandi and signature, because the way of operating, it can be as well the ritual, and the ritual can also be, it's like the way of operating, the modus operandi. It can be a way of operating. It's like it's what they do, so how they operate to commit the crime successfully. But it's also linked to signature then, somehow. Um, but the signature seems to be more static, while the modus operandi can evolve. It's like it's really like a characteristic that is um, like traditional signature, you know. Anyway, so yeah, this is when you see that there is it's like warlike practices, serial killing. Um, it's like you can see that there is, in the case of Illuminati, people coming from bloodline, royal bloodline, if you are a king of a kingdom, it's best for you to know little about war. But then I'm like, it could have been peace a long time ago. But I guess that you didn't have perhaps the mean to protect you from other people which could have been coming for you, for your leadership. So perhaps it was better to still keep a state of a steady state of war, so that a part of the bloodline would remain still at the top and sharp to preserve the royal power. And then in such, you had like this type of trophy just to intimidate your enemy and be like, don't fuck with me because I have trophies, so it means that I have been fucking others, and it's gonna be no difference for you, right? And there now in our society, we don't, it has become different, you know, like the scale of power and how things are rolling. um the violence has become like unnecessary, and if not unnecessary, it has become um dangerous for the species. This is not something that we can tolerate anymore. And so, because now it's harming the power in place itself, it's harming the leadership itself, like the royal leadership. So it has become, such tactics has become outdated. But you can see that from the war practice to keep the leadership in place against some type of commoners who would be ruthless and taking the power in place. uh you see here that um there are some common grounds between the serial killing and what was once used to keep the power in place. But like now, it's much more about like feeding some serial killers that are destructing absolutely everything, and so they need to be stopped. And then I'm like, ta-da! I'm here. I'm reading shit to you about shit people, clarifying everything while I'm getting tired with my mind. I'm like, yeah. So 3.4 case focus, the organized sadism of John Wayne Gacy. And I've heard um, airplanes. So this here, it's not good at all. So I guess that they're like being like in the back. And me, I'm like, yay! It's coming. La la la. This is my trophies. My little baby. It's coming. So John Wayne Gacy, who murdered at least 33 young men and boys in the Chicago area between 1972 and 1978, is a quintessential example of an organized hedonistic power control killer. So he does this because he loves it, because he wants to experience power and control over his victims, and he is organized. So an organized profile. How? Gacy maintained a successful public persona as a building contractor, community volunteer, and children's party entertainer. Pogo the Clown. Okay. This mask allowed him to operate without suspicion for years. His crimes were highly organized. He lured victims to his home, a controlled environment where he held absolute power. He methodically disposed of 29 bodies by burying them in the crawl space and on other parts of his property. Oh my God. While discarding 4 others in the Diplen River. The FBI provided investigative assistance to local Illinois police following his 1979 arrest. Shit. Diplen River. Like he was a Satanist because it's like the bodies, the energy of the bodies is supposed to be nurturing your the energy is supposed to be empowering your space. Your space is supposed to give energy, harnessing the energy of the dead. So this is what he was doing. This is why he buried them in their home, in his home, and he is a contractor, a building contractor. All those people, they are linked to so much death, so much, so freaking much death. This is why, like I was watching. I want one specific penthouse, which is like way up and so on. But then I'm like, I'm pretty sure that they have been doing shit in the penthouse. Uh, I'm pretty sure that um, it's like the building is like there have been like so much death, and everything that I see that is pretty. Now I'm like, oh, it's death everywhere, it's death everywhere, and I'm like, it's pretty. I'm like, ah, this is pretty. It's like, fuck. Because I know that the brighter and blood, the more death and shit has been going on there. And I'm like, I don't know if I want to be there. I'm like, oh, this is beautiful. you know? So it wastes a bit of the glamour. The glamour. It's glamorous. Glamour. A glamour. A glamour is a spell that is hiding the dirt. It's like if I put a glamour on me, I would be like having like my hair being like all the time. I'd be like, hey, I'm talking to you about serial killing. Do you know me or don't you know me? Like this would be like what a glamour is. And so it's glamorous. Hedonistic power control motivation, so witchcraft. It's as well a sacrificial based ethical practice. So Gass's primary motivation was sadistic sexual gratification derived from the complete domination, torture, and murder of his victims. His modus operandi involved a rope trick where he could dupe victims into wearing handcuffs under the pretenses of a magic trick, a clear method for establishing initial control. His signature behaviors included rape, torture, and ultimately strangulation with a garrote, often stuffing the victim's underwear into their mouth. Yeah, so he likes to be like, you know? So this is the hedonistic. You're dead. Take your underwear here. You know? Oh, open your mouth. Up. Perfect. You know? You're dead now. Up. Goodbye. Yeah, okay. So, like the deception, so it's really like satanism linked as well, humiliation. So, undermining his victim, bringing down his victim to make him feel, to make himself feel more powerful. Then the torture, because he likes to see pain in his victims, targets, victims, was sadistic sexual gratification. Sadistic sexual gratification. So the torture of those guys brought him sexual arousal. But I don't know in which way exactly. Victimology. Gacy exclusively targeted teenage boys and young men. So twink. For the young men, then the teenage boys, teenagers. A specific demographic that fit his sexual fantasies. Many of his victims were runaways or male prostitutes, individuals whose disappearance might not be immediately reported, which further facilitated his crimes. Yeah, because if you're a prostitute because it's illegal, then ta-da. And if you're a runaway, then complicated situation with your support network, initial support network, and so you're isolated. You know. So he was preying on people in vulnerable position to start with, preying on vulnerabilities to make himself feel more powerful. Aww. The dude needed people feeling vulnerable to feel more powerful. Oh, so much power. Wow. He didn't like himself. Like he felt that he thought little about himself. Okay. But then for his defense, it makes sense as well, because why would you target someone all powerful? It's a lot of effort and it's risky, right? If you want to be able to go on. It's like, oh, I'm gonna kill only presidents. Okay. Good luck. I'm gonna kill only popes. Not so many. Good luck with that as well. For the serial killing. Good luck. It's like, ah! You need to need to yell, need to be dysfunctional in the communication patterns. And so that has been like this for my entire childhood. So it's like, I know, I mean, what stress, feeling socially stressed and anxious at home is so the search of Gacy's home revealed items consistent with his crimes, including handcuffs, pornographic films, and books on pederasty. Gay? Because a pederast? What the fuck? Wait a minute. A pederast is normally someone who is initiating you to some type of society. Or yeah, this was ancient Greek things. Pederasty. Oh, it's not. Pederasty is a sexual relationship between an adult man and an adolescent boy. Oh. It was a socially acknowledged practice in ancient Greece and Rome and elsewhere in the world, such as pre-Meiji Japan. Less frequently, it involved an adult woman with an adolescent girl. In most countries today, the local age of consent determines whether a person is considered legally competent to consent to sexual acts and whether such contact is child abuse, child sexual abuse, or statutory rape. An adult engaging in a sexual activity with a minor is considered abusive by authorities for a variety of reasons, including the age of the minor and the psychological and physical harm they may endure. Pederasty derives from the combination of ancient Greek paid, boy, child, stem with eraste, lover. Oh my god. Shit. Child lover. Okay. Ouch. Late Latin pederastra, pederasta, rasta, Rastafari. Oh shit, Rastafari. Pederasta. Pederasta is like heroes. It's like lover. But if it comes from a deterrent, devious way of pederasta, hey Rasta. Okay, so hey Rasta, it's like pedophile. Hey pedophile. So pederasta was borrowed in the 19th century directly from Plato's classical Greek in the Symposium. Latin translates in the word appeared in the English language during the Renaissance, pederasty, in the sense of sexual relation between men and boys. Homosexual Oxford English Dictionary said that it's homosexual relations between a man and a boy. Homosexual anal intercourse, usually with a boy or younger man as the passive partner. Okay. Most shameful thing that could happen to any Greek male was penetration by another male. Enid Bloch argues that many Greek boys in these relationships may have been traumatized by knowing that they were violating social customs, since the most shameful thing that could happen to any Greek male was penetration by another male. She further argues that vases showing a boy standing perfectly still as the man reaches out um, for his genital indicate the boy may have been psychologically immobilized, unable to move or run away. The one vase show a young man or boy running away from Eros, the Greek god of desire. Eros. Okay, so um, I knew that pederasty was linked to. It's like I thought it was a ritual of initiation into some secret society in the ancient Greece. But then here it says that it's child abuse all of a sudden. That could be, but the thing is that Beide. It's like I'm a bit cautious now with what I read. I be like, paid. I have been paid. Child. I have been child. Shit. So apparently, yeah, this means. Wait a minute. So, etymology. Pederasty. I don't want Wikipedia. Amour des garçons. Love of boys. Shit. Okay, so it's the love from one male to boys, but like boys, teenager apparently. So being abused was part of the ritual of initiation in ancient Greece. Not surprised. Not surprised. Okay. A bit disappointing, of course, but not surprised. So, yeah, he had a book about pederasty. providing physical evidence of the fantasies he acted out. So basically, he was Illuminati and getting into the practice of ancient Greece, or just getting to know what's going on. His case remains a textbook example of how a killer's organized lifestyle, motivational drivers, and behavioral signatures intertwine. Yeah, in French we say like you're PD, you're PD, pédératie, PD. T'es un PD, sale PD. That's an insult, and it's like um, being gay, being a PD. It's like assimilated as being gay. Like being gay, being a PD, being a pedophile, therefore it's assimilated as being gay. So yeah. So that was longer than planned. I don't know if that's a bit weird, like because all of a sudden I'm like way in the back of the screen for you, while I'm supposed to be here. Like it would be better, but I'm like, whatever. So be it. So here we are. Take care.